Good morning, student. Today in class 12th, we will start our next chapter, theme 10, colonialism and countryside. Today, first of all, I will give you the introduction of this chapter and then we will start our first topic, Bengal and Jamidar. Now, the first theme 10, colonialism and countryside. In this chapter, we will see or we will discuss about the colonial rule mean to those who lived in the countryside. Countryside here it means that the village. Okay, you will meet the zamindars of the Bengal, then travel to the Rajmahal hills where the Pahadis and the Santals lived, and then move to the west side of in the Deccan, and then you will look at the way the English East India Company established its Raj in the countryside, implemented its revenue policies, what these policies mean to different section of people and how they change everyday lives. Now, the colonial rule was first established in the Bengal. Let us we see that what happened in the Bengal in the early years of the East India Company rule. British tried to reorder the rural society and establish a new reign of land rights and land revenue system. So when the Britishers captured this area, this Bengal area, they started to start the new land revenue system in the Bengal. They started the permanent land revenue settlement. On that time, Lord Cornwallis, he was the Governor General of Bengal. Okay, so Governor General, this Lord Cornwallis, he introduced the permanent land revenue settlement in 1793. Student, this line is very important for the 1 mark questions. Now, the features of the permanent settlement. The Rajas and the Talukadars were converted as the Jamidars. Now, the Jamidars was not a landowner in the village, but a revenue collector of the state. So, the Talukadars or the Jamidar, those who were converted as the Jamidars of that area, and many of the villages, about 400 villages, 300 villages, were in the hand of one Zamidar. Okay, so they were also they had the right to collect the revenue from these villages. They collected the rent and paid the fixed amount and keep the excess as his income. Okay, he was expected to pay the company on a regular basis. But if he failed to pay the amount or the revenue to the company in time, his estate were to be auctioned. Auction means nilami kar dena. The British thought that they could improve the revenue in Bengal by fixing the amount of the revenue. Now, the permanent settlement, it means that they fix the revenue in the state. Okay, if done, the zamindars would invest in agricultural lands, and this would also create a class of the loyal zamindars and rich farmers. So the loyal Jamidar means those who on that time were the loyal to the Britishers. Okay, and they were also paid the revenue in time to the Britishers, and some rich farmers they were also too much loyal to the East India Company or the Britishers. However, Jamidar regularly failed to pay the revenue demands. This was due to the following reason. But mostly we saw that all the zamindars were not regularly. They were paid their revenue in time to the East India Company. But when they regularly they failed, Now, what's the main reason why they were not pay the revenue in time to the East India Company? Now, the reasons for the failure of the Jamidars to pay the revenue demand. The first one is the Jamidar failed to pay the fixed amount to the state because of the following reason. The first one is the initial demands were very high. So the starting, this was because it was felt that if the demand was fixed for all time to come, and the company would never be able to claim a share to increase income from land when the prices rose and cultivation expanded. So that's why they in the starting, initial means in the starting, their demands or the revenue on that time was very, very high. Second thing, the demands were made at that time of when the prices of agriculture produce were depressed and the riots means um, farmers were unable to pay their dues to the jamidars. So in this time we see the prices of the agriculture, okay, the production that was depressed means very low. Oh, and that's why the farmers they were unable to pay the revenue to the jamidars. Now the third point is the third reason that the revenue was invariable. Invariable means that was constant, that was not changed. Okay, regardless of the harvest, even if the crops failed and the revenue had to be paid punctually. On that time, the farmers, if their crops were failed, okay, and they had the poor harvest, in any type of the circumstances, the farmers they had to pay the full revenue to the jamidars and at a fixed time. The sunset law. Now, according to this, if the revenue was not paid to the state by the sunset on a particular day, the jamidari was auctioned. So that's why the jamidars were also on that time were they were also wanted wanted the revenue in time from the farmers, okay, because they had to pay the revenue in time at a fixed time, that was called the sunset law, to the British East India Company. Now here you see again the reasons. The first, on your left hand side, I'm describing you first of all this, and again this is the revision. Initial demands were very high. I'm just explain you. Then the prices of the agriculture produce was low and making it difficult for the peasant to pay the jamidars. Then regardless of the poor harvest, revenue had to be paid punctually. Then if payment did not come in and by sunset of the specific date, then the jamidar was liable to be auctioned. Initially, the power of the jamidar to collect rent was very limited, and sometimes the rich riots and the jotdars deliberately deliberately did not pay the revenue as they wanted to see their power decline. Okay, so these were the main reasons. That's why the jamidars they were unable to collect the revenue from the farmers or the rents. Now, the measures taken by the company to control the jamidars. Which measures taken by the company? Okay, the company tried to control the jamidar by taking some measure. The first one is the troops of the jamidar were disbanded. On that time, the rajas or the talukedars they had the troops. Troops means military. Okay, so they that were disbanded. Then their courts were brought under the supervision of collector appointed by the company. The courts on that time, the rajas or they had the court, but that court darbar that was supervised by a collector which was also appointed by the East India Company in his court. The jamidar lost their power to organize local justice and the local police. So this power also had gone from the jamidars. In course of time, the collectorate emerged as a powerful authority and restricted the power of the jamidar. So all the powers on that time in the hands of the collector on that time, and the powers from the jamidar that was gone from the hand of the jamidar. Whenever the jamidar failed to pay the revenue, his jamidari was auctioned by the collector on that time. So in this way we see the jamidars, they were fully they were under the, if we are saying that, they were under the collector. Okay, the collector saw each and every function of the jamidars. Okay student, thank you. Next topic we will cover in our next video.